Player 2, take your pick. This category is known as subatomic siblings in the nuclear family. How does $2,000 sound? Okay, we all know the Cleaver family from Leave It to Beaver is the perfect nuclear family. So, imagine the Cleaver home is an atom. If Ward and June are protons and Wally and Beaver are electrons, what is the family's atomic number? 0, 2, 4, or 69? Player 2. The atomic number is equal to the number of protons, in this case, Ward and June. Which proves once and for all that in the 50s, children didn't count. Player 1, hit me with the category. Well, looks like this category is what little dolls are made of. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Listen carefully to the following scene, and then we'll get to the question. Okay, pay close attention to the following audio file. I had it first.
No, I'm playing with it.
No, I am.
Give it to me.
Ew.
Oh, you broke it.
No, I didn't. Hey, what's that stuff oozing out of it?
Oh, gross. I dare you to taste it.
With which of these were the kids playing? Hugo, Man of 1,000 Faces, Monchi-Chi, Strawberry Shortcake, or Stretch Armstrong? Player 2. Stretch Armstrong was that doll made of rubber which when stretched too far would break open and leak this jelly-like ooze. Man, I wish I was Stretch. I mean, when I overextend myself, all I do is eat a pint of Ben & Jerry's and cry on the couch all night. Your turn, Player 2. What's it gonna be?
1, 2, praise the Almighty 3.
Pucker up 4. He earns more in a year than some countries. You get this one right, and it's $3,000. Let's see how you handle this one. If Michael Jordan were to adopt the official name of the country Jordan, how would he be known? Michael of Jordan, Michael of Transjordan, Michael of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, or Michael of Amman? Take a shit. No, Amman is the capital city, sort of like Chicago, only completely different. Player 1, you can take it. See, now, I could have given you some cash if you pick this. Jordan's official name is the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, and whatever his name is, Michael would still earn about $1 bazillion dinar a year. Your pick, Player 2, how about it?
You can't stop at 3, no, you gotta have 4, yeah!
Shake hands with Cliff Clavin is bad. I'm giving out $3,000 for a right answer. Okay, imagine this. The gang from Cheers reacts in horror at Cliff's bag of mail. Considering what is also called mail, what has Cliff done? Stuffed some guy into his bag, ripped shells off tortoises, skewered rabbits on a spit for cooking, or delivered green vegetables on his route? In case you're wondering, not only does mail refer to letters and packages, it also refers to tortoise shells. But the gang cheered right up after they realized the tortoise shells would make great ashtrays for the bar. Category time. Player 2, it's your call.
Let's blow this time and head for number 5.
This one likes to go by arts and craft. $2,000 for a correct answer. Heads up, here it comes. If Kraft macaroni and cheese were actually made from the old British definition of macaroni, what would be the delicious new side dish? Kraft foppish men and cheese? Kraft Spanish dance and cheese? Kraft Scotch tape and cheese? Or Kraft crackers and cheese? Player... Oh, that's ugly. Player 1, what do you say? The correct answer is This is why Yankee Doodle called it macaroni. Macaroni was a word used to describe a group of vain and self-centered men in the late 1700s, with cheese being their type of humor. Player 2, give me something. The category? Let's think about death for a bit. This one's worth $1,000. Okay, imagine this morbid scenario. You've chosen the perfect cemetery plot, now you want a nice headstone to match. If you can't afford a granite headstone for your cemetery plot and buy a pomegranate headstone instead, what will your mourners be able to do? Recline in comfort on your headstone, cheer on the funeral procession, eat some fruit while paying their respects, or impale themselves on your headstone? Player 1. A pomegranate is a type of fruit. Just make sure you leave instructions in your will for your mourners to pick all the seeds and maggots out of your headstone before they eat. Player 1, ante up. Uh-oh, blah, 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 blah.
It's time for a licorice espresso.
Take a look at your gibberish category. Broken bones and inopportune noises. How about $5,000 to start this gibberish question? All right, as soon as you know the answer, buzz in, because I'm taking away some cash every second and a half. All right, tell me, which film title does this rhyme with? Me thing squish, stay splint. And don't think about that punctuation. First clue, the story of a horribly burned man. The story of a horribly burned man that won the 1996 Best Picture Oscar. Last clue, be patient. What are we in the UK? Go for it, player 1. Type in your answer and hit. The English Patient is a very, very good movie. I haven't seen it, and I don't really plan to, but I can tell you that it's very, very good. Player 1, it's up to you. What's next? The selection is, I'd buy that for $1, and it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Think fast. Who wasn't a hooker? Xaviera Hollander, Belle Starr, Heidi Fleiss, or Mary Magdalene? Player 2. No, Xaviera was the happy hooker. And really, it's so important to enjoy your work. Player 1, it's yours if you want it. Belle Starr may have been an outlaw, but she was never a prostitute. Yeah, Belle was a wanted woman, but no one paid for it. Player 1, tell me what's happening.
Aloha, question number 9.
Coming at you, learning to walk erect. $3,000 for this one. Put your tray in the upright position. It's time for takeoff. If Lucy, the fossil often considered the link between modern humans and the first bipeds, resembled the famous Lucy she's named after, what might she look like? Guitar-shaped body with hunched shoulders, kaleidoscope eyes under a sloping forehead, peanut-sized girl with really long forearms, or madcap redhead with an extended jaw? Player 2. Player 1, you've just been screwed. Let's see what you've got.
Hey, not everybody can be right, just the winners.
Ball's in your court, player 2. Should have picked this. Lucy the Australopithecus was named after a song playing on the radio at the time of the fossil's discovery. The song being Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which totally explains why the Australopithecus was originally called the rocking horse person eating marshmallow pies. I wonder what player 2's gonna pick. You better limber up, 'cause you just chose a three-way. Okay, let me briefly explain here. You're gonna see a three-way like this one. When the correct three-way member is lit up, buzz in. If you make a match, you pocket $1,000. But be careful, if you don't make a correct match, you'll lose some cash every time you're wrong. But don't be misled. This question may or may not have anything to do with the three-way as a group. Okay. This little three-way likes to call itself To Boldly Go Where Nobody Cares. And that means we're going on a trek. Your three-way is Kirk, Spock, or McCoy. Okay, hand on your buzzer. Here's your three-way.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
Woo, that's all we got to show ya. Now clean yourself up while we see how you did. Player 1, I wouldn't call you a stallion, but it looks like you were leading the field on this one. Let's see who's leading the game now. Well, Player 1, it looks like you're still strutting your stuff in the lead there. Nice job. Moving on, let's get back to our agenda. That's it for round 1. Let's go to round 2. First, I need to hand out some screws. Might have to use brass clips again. No, wait, here we go. Every question in round 2 is worth twice as much, so we got some serious cash at stake here. Let's get to it. Let's have a category, Player 1.
Don't look now. It's question 11.
Well, what do we have here? A 3-hour saga. How does $4,000 grab you? Hey, you know how they christen a new ship by smashing a bottle of champagne on it? Well, imagine this. If the SS Minnow were christened in the same way the Vikings christened their ships, what would we have seen on the first episode of Gilligan's Island? The professor performing a ritual suicide, Gilligan sacrificed on the prow, Ginger and Marianne fighting to the death, or the Howl spitting on it? Player 1, blood, champagne, same thing. The Vikings believed the spirits of the slaughtered victims would guard the ship. Of course, with Gilligan's spirit guarding the ship, they probably end up hopelessly marooned on a deserted island. Oh, wait. Player 1, give me category.
I'm getting a reading of 12. Over.
Now serving astronomical proportions. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. If the Roman god Mercury, the Venus de Milo, and Uranus suddenly ballooned to the size of the planets Mercury, Venus, and Uranus, which of these series would be true? Big god, medium butthole, small statue, big god, medium statue, small butthole, big butthole, medium statue, small god, or big butthole, medium god, small statue? Take a big butthole and small statue. Have you ever looked at the backside of the Venus de Milo? Player 1, you can tell. Uranus, the planet, is the third largest in our solar system. Venus is the fourth smallest, and Mercury is the second smallest. Please, if this ever happens to you, go easy on the baked beans and cashews. Player 1, your choice. What are we doing? Say hello to Great Scandals of Yesteryear. Play your cards right, you win $4,000. Hey, help me out, would you? I'm trying to remember this woman's name. Buzz in and start typing when you know. She was involved in some kind of sex scandal in the 80s. It was some kind of monkey business with one of those TV preachers. She was so upset by the whole incident, she posed for Playboy. She also appeared in a music video with that one comedian that always screamed. What is her name? Nobody wants it? Come on, player one, you're ahead. Live a little.
Don't be a wimp!
Player one, it's all you. Type in your answer.
Here's your hat. What's your hurry?
Make your move, player two. Too bad you didn't type this. Jessica Hahn was the woman involved in the sex scandal with televangelist Jim Baker. Fortunately, she recovered from the traumatic experience by posing for Playboy and appearing in a Sam Kinison video. You know, basically, she just traded the people that love for the people that lust. You have the honors, player two.
Ain't no love like number 14.
And I believe this one's called, Whoops, Dr. Green Butterfingers. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Hey, you all know that game Operation, right? Well, if the doctors on ER had to perform surgery on the guy from the board game Operation, what would you definitely not see on the episode? Dr. Green removing the wishbone, Dr. Ross removing the kidney stones, Dr. Benton removing the spare ribs, or Dr. Carter removing the bread basket? Player two, the man in the Operation game doesn't have kidney stones. And if he did, he shouldn't monkey around with George Clooney. He should have them removed by a real doctor. Your turn, player two. What's it gonna be? All right, player two, you made the right choice, because it's time for you and only you to play Dis or Dat. This Dis or Dat's category name is 8 is enough to fill our lives with SARS. Okay, I'm going to read off 7 names, and for each one I want you to tell me whether it's the name of a former Russian czar, the name of one of the Bradford kids from 8 is enough, or both. If it's only a Russian czar, press 1. If it's just a Bradford kid, press 2. If it's both, press 3. And to skip, press 4. You get $1,000 for each right answer, and you lose $1,000 if you get it wrong or if you don't get to it at all. All right, let's put 30 seconds on the clock. And we're off. Susan, Czar, Bradford, kid, or bust? Peter. Nicholas. Joni. Tommy. Alexander. Last one, David. Last one, hurry. That's all she wrote. You picked up 5. Not memorable, but not terrible. And there you have it. Let's plow ahead. Player 1, hit me with the category. Okay, give it up for having a great time. Wish you were alive. Get it right, I'm handing over 2K. Okay, let's imagine that you're a techno geek in the early 1600s. Shouldn't be too much of a stretch. Imagine you've written a fan letter to the Italian astronomer and physicist who first used his own telescopes to prove the Earth revolved around the sun. How should you address the letter? Hi, Mr. Galileo. Dearest Mr. Galilei. Howdy, Galilee. Or to the Honorable Mr. Gallo. Player 1. Nope, Galileo's his first name. Didn't realize you knew him that well, did you? Take a shit. Galilee? No, that's where that prophet was from. What was his name? Oh, Jesus, forget it. Bet you wish you'd pick this. The Italian astronomer and physicist who helped prove that the Earth revolved around the sun was Galileo Galilei. So that's Mr. Galilei to you. Don't you hate astronomers who don't answer their fan mail? It's like they think the universe revolves around them. Your pick, player 2. How about it?
On the big bayou in Louisiana, quest on 17.
The category is A Christmas Case History. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Hey, ever wonder what would happen if Santa Claus didn't just stick to the North Pole? If Santa Claus developed a bipolar disorder, how might he behave on Christmas Eve? Would he die in a tragic pole vaulting accident, develop a strange affection for Dasher, give gifts to some kids but kill others, or be unable to tell the color of Rudolph's nose? Player 1, hit it. A person with bipolar disorder has intense mood swings and goes from manic to depressive very quickly. So just forget the milk and cookies and leave Santa some Prozac. Player 1, it's up to you. What's next? Here we have, how'd you like to raise my barn? Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Okay, listen up. Let's say you're at the singles bar and you meet a nice Amish man. The Amish man at the singles bar swears that he's not married. How do you know he's lying? He's wearing black, he's wearing a hat, he has a beard, or he's got a cellular phone. All yours? Amish men shave while they're single, then when they get married, they grow a beard. Even if he doesn't have a beard, though, be careful. All those Amish guys want is to get you in the back of their buggy or a little roll in the hay. Player 1, ante up. Open wide and get ready for Baby's Got Wayback Machine. Better wake up, there's $6,000 at stake. Oh dear, it seems Mr. Peabody and his pet boy Sherman have gone into a defective Wayback Machine and don't know where they are. Say Mr. Peabody asks someone what time it is and gets the famous quote, "These are the times that try men's souls." In what time period have Mr. Peabody and Sherman emerged? Medieval times, the Great Depression, the French Revolution, or the American Revolution? Player 1. All right, player 2. Now, the French Revolution would be the best of times and the worst of answers. Player 1, what do you say? Let's take a look at the right answer. Patriot Thomas Paine wrote these words as a soldier in the Revolutionary Army. So Sherman better grab a musket while Mr. Peabody just goes after some redcoat's crotch. Player 2, take your pick. For your enjoyment, microbrews that never quite made it. You get 4,000 clams for this one. Here's a question that combines two of America's favorite pastimes, TV and beer. If you wanted to tour the fictional Schatz Brewery, which city would you have to visit? Boston, Massachusetts, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Boulder, Colorado, or Seattle, Washington? The fictional Schatz Brewery is located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right around the corner from Laverne and Shirley's. Two really funny women who work at a brewery. How can reality possibly compare to TV? Player 1, give me a category. Welcome to the Jack Attack. Keep your eyes on the screen, and when you see two words that match, hit your buzzer. If you're right, I give you $2,000. If you're wrong, you're going down 2,000. But don't forget, remember the clue. Not any old word's gonna do it. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. I've got your tragic end right here, baby. Well now, how appropriate. Good luck. You're gonna need it. excuse me, player 2, did you say something? No, I didn't think so, because after somebody kicks your butt like player 1 just did, there's only one thing to say.
You don't know.
Beautiful!